Now, I'm not done. Before I pray, I want to share something with you. I read this story, I don't know, 5, 6 times. And then I imagine years later, the father now is old, and his son is a grown-up man, and he wrote a letter. This is just an imaginative letter from me. I imagine as a father in his position, and I wanted to share this story to my son. This is the letter, and while I read the letter, Corey will play. If you know this song, this is a beautiful song. I don't know, early 2000 maybe, titled Monsters by James Blunt. It's a good song too. I love this song. So I'm going to read it, and Corey will play like the instrumental, just softly, gently. Dear son, it's been many years since that day. My beard is white now. My knees ache when I stand up. My hands, once strong from working the fields and carrying you when your body would shake, are now thin and worn. But they still remember. I remember how heavy you felt when you went stiff in my arms. I remember catching you just before you hit a stone. I remember waiting, hoping for healing or at least some kind of relief. Well, you are a grown man now. You have got kids of your own. You sleep peacefully through the night. No more seizures, no more screaming, no more fear. But even now, when it's quiet, I sometimes find myself listening closely, wondering, are you okay? Are you still breathing? That kind of fear, my son, the one that grieves your chest, never really leaves. It doesn't completely go away, but it softens, and it learns how to sit beside peace, like a shadow beside the sunlight. And I still remember the day I brought you to Jesus. I have heard the stories about a teacher from Nazareth who healed people. Some said he was a prophet. Some said he might even be the Messiah. Well, your mother told me you should go and bring him with you. And I almost didn't. I was afraid he would be like the others, physicians, nice words, no power. What if I dragged you all the way hoping and came back carrying only disappointment? But sometimes hope pushes you forward, even if it's mixed with fear. When we got there, Jesus was not around. Just his disciples. Well, they tried to help you. I could see they meant so well. However, nothing happened. You had another seizure right there in front of them. It was like the sickness was fighting even harder because it knew healing was close. The crowd around us started murmuring. I could feel their eyes on us. Why would a father bring a child like that here? Where is his faith? What's wrong with this family? And then Jesus showed up. He didn't look like a king, by the way. There is no glow or thunder. He just looked steady. His eyes looked like they had seen pain and never turned away. And I told him everything. I told him what you had been through. I told him what we had been through. And I said, if you can do anything, help us. I said, if I know, it just slipped off tongue. I didn't mean to doubt. I just worn out. And then he looked at me, not in anger, nor in the disappointment, but with something stronger. There was a challenge in his voice, but also kindness. He said, if I can, man, everything is possible for the one who believes. And right then, something inside me broke open, not in a bad way. It was like all the feelings I had been holding in, my faith, my fear, my love for you, my worries, they all rushed out at once, and I sat before Jesus, whispered, I believe. Help my unbelief. It was the most honest thing I've ever said to Jesus. And Jesus didn't back away. He didn't say, well, try again when your faith is stronger. He didn't send me home. He turned to you and spoke to the sickness, and it left you just like that. And you dropped to the ground. Oh no, for a second I thought I had lost you. But then Jesus took your hand and helped you up, and you stood, you were free. Now all these years later, I still think about that moment. I think about Jesus' hand, the one that lifted you up. And I wonder, did he know, did he already know those hands would one day be nailed to a cross? Did he know that to heal the world, he will have to be broken himself? Sometimes I think that when he lifted you up, he wasn't just healing a boy. He was speaking to every tired, every worried father in our village, in every generation. I see you. I'm with you. You have told me before that you don't remember much from those days. Sometimes you say you still dream of fire and water. And then a peaceful voice breaking through it all saying, be still. You don't remember what I said to Jesus. But I do. And I have said it many times since. When your mom got sick and we didn't know what will happen, I whispered this prayer, I believe, help my unbelief. When our crops failed and the food ran low, I whispered, I believe, help my unbelief. When I doubted whether I had been a good enough father for you, I whispered again, I believe, help my unbelief. That sentence became a kind of prayer. I repeated quietly when no one else was around. Not a big and powerful prayer, just something simple and true. For a long time I thought faith meant never doubting. Now I know it means trusting God enough to bring Him even your doubts. That's what I want you and other young fathers to know. If you are tired, it's okay. If you don't have all the answers, it's okay. If your prayers feel weak, it's okay. All you need to do is just show up, be honest, and Jesus, oh, He can work with that. So today I'm sitting under the old fig tree, watching my grandkids run in circles, laughing in the wind, and I whisper the same prayer just one more time before I leave this world. I believe, help my unbelief. And I know He does. All my love, Dad. Now let us pray together.